If you wrote a love letter, what would you write to? Dear double stuffed pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, you're like a warm hug on a cold day. Dear PS260, your lightning speed and 20 teraflops of power make my heart beat faster. Dear furry fluffy pillow, you're so dreamy I never want to get up when the alarm rings for school. Dear atomic cruiser skateboard, you make my stomach flutter every time we do a kick turn. It's true. All these things can make you feel pretty great, but real love isn't actually about how you feel. In fact, true love is an action. One of the greatest love letters of all time shares what love does. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not proud. It doesn't dishonor other people. It does not look out for its own interests. It does not easily become angry. It doesn't keep track of other people's wrongs. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes. It never gives up. Love never fails. And the best part, you don't have to come up with this kind of love on your own. Ask God, and God will pour out love to share with everyone you meet. Then others can see God at work in you. That's why love is an amazing way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
Your love is great, your love is kind. You calm my fear, break every lie. Your love is good, your love is true. Your love won't fail, you'll see me through. How amazing is your love, so amazing. It's amazing, it's your love, how amazing is your love, so amazing. How amazing a love so deep, a love so high, a love so far, a love so wide. You changed the world, all space and time. You made the stars, you made my mind. How amazing is your love, so amazing. It's amazing, it's your love, how amazing is your love, so amazing. How amazing you are the one, your love won't fall. My Father God, the God of all. You are my light, you are my song. You give me joy, you are my home. How amazing is your love, so amazing. It's amazing, it's your love, how amazing is your love, so amazing. How amazing you are the one, your love won't fall. My Father God, the God of all. You are my light, you are my song. You give me joy, you are my home. How amazing is your love, so amazing. It's amazing, it's your love, how amazing is your love, so amazing. How amazing is your love.
The longest fingernails are almost 30 feet long. That's 3 feet per finger. Oh, hey everybody. It's me, Jacob, just catching up on a little reading. I love to read. Sometimes it's just really nice to turn off all the screens and open up a good book. There are all kinds of books out there for all kinds of people. Like Westerns. This town ain't big enough for the both of us, partner. Or fantasies. You shall not pass! Also, cookbooks. You're gonna set the mixer to puree for 14 minutes! And even audiobooks. The longest fingernails are nearly 30 feet long. That's 3 feet per finger. Oh, here's a book I remember. Kimberly Toast's Book of Manners. It's about being polite and following the rules. It tells you things like which fork is a salad fork, or how you're not supposed to have your elbows on the dining room table. You know, saying things like please and thank you. There's so many rules. It's like there's a rule for everything. So many books are about so many different things. And there are millions of books on what we're gonna talk about today. Love. Love is showing others how much they matter to you. Today's story is about love, and it's about rules. Really, it's about the most important rule ever, and how the people who saw only a book of rules were missing out on a way more epic love story. Did you know it's impolite to burp in front of strangers? I've been doing it all wrong. I'll see you soon.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verses 34 through 40.
Unlike the nations around them, the Israelites worshipped only one God.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
When God led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, God called Moses up to the top of Mount Sinai.
You have seen how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, you will be my treasured possession and a holy nation.
Out of a deep love, God gave Moses a set of 10 rules so that the people would know how to live in their newfound freedom.
Here is what God says. Don't put any other gods in place of me. Don't make statues of other gods to worship. Don't misuse the name of the Lord your God. Rest on the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. Do not murder. Keep your promises to your husband or wife. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not be jealous or envious of what others have.
There were 10 commandments and many additional laws too.
But it's not stealing if I just happen to borrow my neighbor's best donkey grooming brush, right?
Some people look for ways around all those rules. Other people were so scared of breaking the rules they'd spent their whole lives trying to get it exactly right.
What if I walk too far on the Sabbath and get out of breath? That's not resting. We better say you can't go outside the city at all on the Sabbath.
There were 613 laws in total, and even more that the religious leaders added. They spent hundreds of years trying to get those laws exactly right and to make sure others did too. It was really the only way they knew that they would be sure that God was pleased with them.
You can't sacrifice this goat in the temple. It has a freckle 3/8 of an inch behind its right front leg.
Even under Roman rule, the Jewish leaders made sure to keep every single law perfectly, but they were more worried about getting things right than about what was in their hearts. Then, Jesus showed up, traveling and teaching, but he didn't act like any other teacher or rabbi. He gathered followers from the outcasts, fishermen, and tax collectors.
Come, follow me.
Jesus spent time with the people everyone else avoided. He made blind people see, and those who couldn't walk get up and dance. He healed those with terrible skin diseases.
Look! Look! My skin is clean! I can go home to my family!
Jesus invited women to follow him, something no other rabbi would do. He welcomed little children and blessed them, even though most people saw kids as a nuisance. The kingdom of heaven belongs to people like them. Jesus told a story in which a Samaritan, a person who was viewed as the enemy by Jews, was the hero. And when Jesus was giving out a list of people blessed by God, it certainly didn't include perfect rule followers.
Blessed are those who are humble. They will be given the earth.
Yep, Jesus was turning things upside down, and the religious leaders did not like it one bit, so they started looking for ways to trap him. One day they saw Jesus approaching a man with a twisted hand.
Jesus, does the law allow us to heal on the Sabbath day?
They wanted to catch Jesus breaking the law by healing the man, but instead, Jesus said,
What if one of your sheep falls into a pit on the Sabbath day? Won't you lift it out? A person is worth more than sheep. So the law allows us to do good on the Sabbath day.
Then, Jesus healed the man's hand.
Preposterous.
During Passover week, the whole city was stirred up to see what Jesus would do, and the religious leaders were desperate to silence him. Several of the leaders, called Pharisees, came to Jesus. One of them was an expert in all 613 laws, and he was sure he could turn the crowd against Jesus.
Teacher,
The law expert waited until there was a silence so that everyone would hear.
which is the most important commandment in the law?
The law expert told himself gleefully.
Jesus will have to pick just one law, and then I can point out all the other laws he's ignoring, and everyone will get upset.
But Jesus said simply,
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Before the law expert could tear this answer apart, Jesus continued,
Everything that is written in the law and the prophets is based on these two commandments.
But, oh,
In a few short sentences, Jesus had taken 613 laws and wrapped them up in just two things to remember. Love God, love others. Instead of rules, it's about hearts. If you love God, you won't put other things ahead of God. If you love others, you won't steal or break promises to them. Instead of memorizing long lists of rules, God simply wants followers of Jesus to ask, what does it look like today for me to love God and love others? It wasn't easy back then, and it isn't easy for us now, but God will pour out love in our hearts anytime we ask.
There are a lot of rules in life, and some people see this, the Bible, as a book of rules. And it's true, the Bible does include God's rules for our lives, but it's way more than that. It's a collection of stories. But a Samaritan came to the place where the man was. When he saw the man, he felt sorry for him. Letters? I, Paul, am writing this letter. Silas and Timothy joined me in writing. We are sending this letter to you, the members of the church in Thessalonica, anyway, the church in that place, poems and songs. The Lord is my shepherd. And a whole lot of history. The Bible was written by a bunch of different writers over hundreds of years. And yet somehow, miraculously, it tells the same epic love story. It's about God's amazing love for people throughout history, ending with God's amazing love for you and me. And Jesus boils all of God's rules for our lives down to this: love the Lord your God and love your neighbor. Love God and love others. And I think you could even say it like this: love God by loving others. Show you love God by loving the people God has created. So when you're kind to someone in need, you're loving God. When you cheer someone up who's sad, you're loving God. When you take care of someone who's sick, you're loving God. And when you forgive someone, you're loving God. So here's the one thing to remember today: love God by loving others. That's a good rule to follow. Way better than not belching in front of strangers. strangers. Also, excuse me. I'll see you next time.
This is love. Not that we loved God, but that He loved us and sent His Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins. 1 John 4:10.
Hey, John, I got a quick question for you. John! What is this? The So-and-So Show, a pop-up book of surprises. All right, let's see what this is about. Oh! Once upon a time, two kids became friends. They were inseparable. They were so inseparable that when they grew up into adult-sized kids, they decided to start their very own show. Whoa, the So-and-So Show! An epic show that brought fun and whimsy for kids all around the world. Brandon was... there I am. Brandon was thoughtful and witty, a constant source of joy. Aw. And John was full of... surprise! Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John.
And welcome to the So-and-So Show.
Yes, it's August. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
Well, believe it. It is August, and that means summer is winding down. Some of you are going to have to start going back to school.
Oh, I loved school.
Well, never stop learning, Brandon.
Of course not. Hey, that's why we're here today, to have some fun, but hopefully to learn a little bit more about ourselves and a God that loves us.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're here?
Absolutely.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Hey, what was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite
Mine
subject?
was snack time.
I don't think snacking was a subject.
Potato.
Well, I loved reading, getting lost in a good book, a good story, good character.
Huh.
In fact, I think on today's show, it's time to welcome everyone to a round of So-and-So LARPing.
LARPing?
Yes, LARPing, live action role playing.
Wow.
All right, just like a good book is full of wonderful characters, we too can come up with our own characters. LARPing is a chance for us to make up our own world and pretend. Think of it as part performance, part game.
Okay, that actually sounds fun, like a big game of make-believe.
Kind of. Right. We'll each pick a character and we'll become those characters. And of course, we'll follow my official LARPing rules.
There are rules?
Well, there have to be rules or our imaginary world would not function properly.
And these rules are?
Well, we don't have time to go through all of them right now. So, hey, you know what? You can just read up on them for yourself.
Wow, that's a lot of rules.
And part 2. Huh.
Are you serious?
All right, I'll see you at the LARP.
Well,
happy reading.
Okay, thank you.
Greetings! Here I am in the land of Jamalot. Wherefore are my fellow countrymen?
Arrgh!
Greetings! I see someone else has arrived in Jamalot. And I see that you are a peasant?
Arg, what do you think?
Another knight of the octagonal table.
Arg, no! My name is Short John Copper.
Ah, Short John Copper. You must be of elven descent?
Arg, no!
No. Then tell me more of where you're from, Short John Copper.
Arg, well, I have a ship.
You must know that in the land of Jamalot, we are landlocked and only have people who are peasants, knights, or elves. Surely you read that in the rules that you were given when you entered these lands?
Ah, yes. I am one of the strangers from another land. I have come from my ship, sailing across from Treasure Peninsula.
Okay, that's not how this LARP works.
Huh?
I don't know if you read here right at the beginning. It says that you must choose to be either a peasant, a knight, or an elf. You see?
Yes, but Article 28, Part Z says, one must stay in character at all times.
So it is clear that you did read the rules, and yet you choose to disregard them.
I choose to interpret them on my own.
But that's not allowed.
It seems you're breaking Section 243, Article C of the rules. One person shall not judge another person's character, even if that character is a pirate.
Ah, so you are a pirate? Well, you know what? You can't just say that you're a pirate. That's a completely different law.
Article 235, Section Q. Be creative with your character and have fun. Arg!
Okay, well, I'm not having fun.
Article 236, Section 229. Remember, you're not responsible for somebody else's fun. Some people are just perpetual party poopers.
Okay, you know, are you kidding? This LARP was my idea. I challenge you to a duel. As the rules state, if two players cannot overcome a conflict, they will duel with cabbage.
Cabbage.
They will take 3 paces, turn, and throw said head of cabbage at their opponent. Whoever is hit with a head of this
cabbage
first is banished from the land of Jamelot.
Seems like a pretty antiquated way to win an argument.
Of course it's antiquated. This LARP takes place in the Middle Ages.
Cabbage.
All right. Any questions?
3 paces, turn and hit opponent with cabbage.
Yes. I'll count off. Turn. 1, 2, 3. Ha! What? What are you doing?
What?
That's not a duel.
The rules say take 3 paces.
Well, you didn't do it.
Well, it didn't clearly state which direction the paces were to be taken.
Everyone knows what direction the paces have to be.
You, sir, are vanishing! And me as the last person remaining in Jamelot, I declare myself King Short John Copper! King.
Ah, you're impossible. This LARP is officially over.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey, Kellen, can you go ahead and tell the Bible story already?
Well, hello to you too.
You'll have to excuse Brandon Kellen. He's a little upset that I was crowned King of Jamelot.
Oh, did you guys just do a LARP?
Yeah.
We tried to, but John refused to play by the rules.
I just wanted to have fun.
It's not about fun. It's about the integrity of the game.
Yeah, it's grown-ups playing make-believe.
We should never lose our childlike sense of wonder.
I was being childlike.
Whoa. Okay, you know what? I think our Bible story today may actually be helpful.
Good. Maybe it can teach John a lesson.
Why don't you just take it away, Kellen?
Gladly. Our story today is just a couple of verses, but in some ways, you could say it covers almost everything in the Bible.
Hello, Kellens! Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I just ate all of my energy bears and I'm ready to work out.
Don't you mean energy bars?
No, energy bears. Rars.
I won't ask. Well, hello, Horvath. This is my friend Horvath, and sometimes he comes to help me tell the Bible story.
That's right. Kellen tells the stories and I do the exercises that help people remember with the brains. Today we are telling the whole Bible. Go!
Well, okay, not exactly. Our story today is actually about Jesus. Now, in Jesus' time, they didn't have the whole Bible that we have. They have what they called the law. And the law was a ton of rules that the Jewish people were supposed to follow. Rules about how to make your food and how to treat other people and how to give sacrifices to God. And one day, a religious leader who wanted to trick Jesus asked him, "Teacher, which is the most important commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment."
Okay, first exercise. Okay, I call it heart, soul, minds. Okay, you do a squat while you pull your hands into a heart. And then you jump up with your arms and legs out because you're so excited. And then you spin and shake your minds like this. We'll do this 57 times.
57?
Ah.
That's a hard exercise. Are you sure?
Go! 1. Porcupine. Cuticle. Augustus Gloop. 57s. Oh. Yeah.
So of all the rules, Jesus said loving God was the most important. But there was more to it than that. Jesus said there was another rule that was like the first. He said, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Or second exercise, neighbor hugs. Okay, you love yourself by giving yourself a big bear hug, and then you take that love and you push it out like you're throwing a love lightning bolts. We will do this 143 times. Go. 1. Sardines. Cup of Joe. Lufthansa. Venus flytrap. 147. Yeah, feel the burns.
Feel the burn. All right. So the greatest commandments are love God and love others. Jesus said that all the other rules were based on those two.
Why? Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, for our last exercise, we do the love God and loving others happy dance star Spain.
That sounds very complicated.
No, you lift your arms and you pull in God's love. Ooh, lifting your legs with high knees like running in place. Ooh. And then you spin around, throwing out God's love to everyone's. Yeah? Okay, we will do this infinity times.
Infinity times?
Ready?
Oh.
Go. 1. Tofu. Lederhosen.
Oh, like...
Reindeer. Couscous. String theory. Mary Tyler Moore.
Horvath, are we almost done?
No, Callan, it's infinity times. That means forevers. We never stop loving God or loving others. Nickel alloy. Stationary.
Well, you're exactly right. God's love is never ending, and our love for others should never stop either. But I think we can stop the exercise.
Oh yes. Thank you, Collins. I forget that the exercise is a physical representations of a larger truth and not the truth itself. Infinity! Done!
Perfect. Thanks, Horvath.
No thank yous! Okay, now I must go show my loves to all my neighbors. Bye!
Bye, Horvath. The end.
Hey, thanks, Kellen.
Yeah, you know, I think I may have gotten a little carried away with the rules of our LARP.
We can all get caught up in the rules sometimes, but our story today reminds us loving God and loving people is the most important. If we do that, we're allowing God to change our hearts and helping God to change the world around us.
That's great. Thanks, Kellen.
No problem.
Hey, see you next time.
Wouldn't miss it.
John, I'm sorry. I forgot the most important rule of all, to love.
Well, I'm sorry too. I could have tried to work with you a little more.
It's all good.
Arrgh, I think we've learned a lot.
Reveal the question. What do you love?
Yeah, maybe you love going to the beach. Or time outdoors.
Maybe you love reading a good book.
You love your family.
And your friends.
Mhm. Or maybe you love pushing your friends' buttons. Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Sorry.
Yeah. Or maybe you love rules more than other people sometimes.
Yeah, but we should always remember what Jesus taught. The most important thing is to love God and to love others.
Talk about it with each other. What do you love? And we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show. Hey, you know what I love?
What?
Cabbage.
Do you really?
I do.
I don't
love
like it at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it moon cabbage?
Yes, this is the very famous moon cabbage. Would you like some?
Yes, please. I'd like some moon cabbage.
I call it the Cabbage Ballet.
On the moon.
Boy, I sure hope they put a moon background here.